Good afternoon guys, it's 4:33 p.m. Today is a Friday, 5 May 13th, 2022. So ideally I want to see so this is a running summary, right? By end of this week I wanted to see it closing below this, right? So far so good. Sellers are still in control because we got a closing below this, right? And then now next week, I'll write a new summary, so far so good for sellers, right? Ideally I want to see sellers holding it below 3992 today, and also there was another level, that I came up with during after opening, few minutes after opening, because that level was lining up with NQ's 389, so which is this, so which was 1723, my favorite 20. So basically I want sellers to keep it below, and then otherwise it can run up to 4056.88 area or so, and it may pause around 20. See, this is what I mean when I say 1720, right? So it did pause around this area, right? So it went higher, but then you can see it at 1 o'clock, right? It couldn't hold above it, poke above it, and then it came down, right? And there was a nice move from this level all the way to 3992 or so, or even below a little bit, right? And then at the end it came back up and closed right into this area. So overall between this, both parties are active, and you can see that today. Overall it came out as a rotational day, break below this, first sign of weakness, but price couldn't break below this, right? So about this, buyers are in full control based on my notes on the charts, right? About this, buyers I have a full control. Backup was 30.27, right? But at least about this, buyers were in full control. Below this, it's a warning sign, right? But warning sign never happened. That means buyers are in control. That means we should go long. Simple, right? At least on the open. NQ 389 today, right? So price did close right around this area, right? So it's like the guesswork now. What's gonna happen on Monday? I have no clue, right? Sunday night will give us some more clue. But this area held it, So that was a good shot, along with ES from 20 around 1 o'clock. Before that, it was only long setup. There was no short setup, right? So I took the longs only till 10 o'clock, and then I built out everything. So now I was in Discord with you till 10 o'clock, right? Up to entire this up move in the morning, we captured it pretty much, right? And then Friday we do only one trade and we are out, right? So but overall this is a balance, right? Both parties could be active, and ideally for buyers I want them to hold it above 12,068 dream number or above both dream number. Now look at this, very powerful numbers, right? So 68, see, that was my long. Look at the beauty of it, right? 68 to 389, above, failed, again failed, short setup right here and down. See that? So okay, so now let's go here, and then this is the area, still buyers area. Russell, it's all about these areas, but this was in the pre-market notes, but during our Discord voice I gave you 3 levels, right? 1750 either is going to go higher to 1800, 1797, or from 1750 45 it's going to go down to 1700, right? Only 3 levels, either up or down. So Russell went up, right, along with NQ and NES, right? So that was a long there, targeting 1797, 1800, right? And that's where it got the rejection. Dow, it is all about 850, 31,500 and 3290, right? So Dow closed right around this level. Crude above this, stick with longs if you want to trade, right? So that's the note, right? And it's worked out pretty nice too. Today was the second day of that up move and price went higher, right? From yesterday's note. So here, right of the open, right? So right of the open, price opened at right here, right? So we were talking in Discord, right? somebody can short here, right? And then also you can go long of the open, which is right into this area, 132, 120. We were discussing all this thing right of the open, right? So, but then I also said around 150, or 180, you have to bail out, right? ES also you have to bail out at 72, right? Which is right around here. So this was open, price went higher around 76, right? That was a mini scalp that I gave you, right? Then we discuss about who is in control, what seller should do, what buyer should do, right? And I also talked about both are out of sync, right? You want to see both in sync, right? That's why I didn't take any trade here. Then price came down. This is all I was talking in first 10 minutes, right? Then price went down straight to yesterday's high, right? ES and Q went down straight to 68. That's where I pulled the plug, because both were in sync into good levels, right? So that's where I pulled the plug. But due to this, buyers failed to hold above this. That was a warning sign, right? First warning sign for buyers in NQ, not in ES, right? ES has to go below this in order to generate a warning. Till then, ES has a full buyer's control. So ES was good long here, right? You hold it. But because of NQ, when NQ touched this 120, 132, you have to bail out some. You can't just trust this price action. Yes, you have to bail out at the same time then, right? So yes, I said 76. So 50% I took off, 50% I took off, right? Since I was favoring buyers, right? And internals were super strong so far, right? Up to here, they were holding above zero line. There is no need to bail out everything if you don't want to, but rather you put a break-even stop, right? And bail out only 50%. Then it went higher here, right? Considering Friday, you have to bail out at each and every point, right? Or you have to do one leverage. Slight pause here, 20% out, right? Same time, ES also 30% at this 92 level, So this is how I manage my positions, right? And then here, 238, I milled out, at this line basically, 10%, right? ES also I did here, both I was doing similar at the same time because of the 4,000 option level, right? Then price went higher. This was my final target, so I built out right at 16, even ahead of 1723. This one I milled out right here, 308, and this, so 50, 70, 80, 90 and 100 right here, and that's it. Because of ES hitting 1723, I built out NQ right here, and that's where I was done trading. And then I didn't even bother to look at the price action. I went outside for my gardening stuff, and that's it. I was done, right? And that was a good trade, right? And you know already why I took the long, and we already discussed in Discord, right? And I already gave you pre-market summary also, right? What is going on, and then pretty much, after that, right? Price 389 was the level that I would like to sellers to hold it below today, right? And ES was 17 or 20 area, right? So here they broke out, right? Here they broke out, right? About 389. Then they should hold this area because that was the key areas, bold areas, right? So here they hold it here, right? But now you can't go long on Friday towards the tail end, right? Tail end could be this or this, either one, right? Price already moved so much. So you have to wait. And then when price came down here, 389, they both held it, right? Now it should go higher then. Take this area, right? But instead, this is a mini balance breakdown. Below 38, 389. Here, breakdown. Right? That's the thing. Now you have to think, maybe sellers are back in business, and then you can short right here, right? And there was a hint also I gave you in Discord regarding this, right? And you can look into Discord, right? That the hint was first time happened here, second time here, right? And then both this hint is the short setup is coming, which is right here, So that's it. And that hint I gave you at 10:30, not 10:30, at 10 o'clock. right here I give you that hint, that look for that hint. That's the only way seller will take control from buyers, right? Now, so I hope you went through that hint, right, and read the hint, right? I also around lunchtime, I also replied to that hint stating that that was important statement, right, which had opened the door for sellers, which is right here, right? So that be all for today, and so overall, and let's see where see NQ closed right at this key level. See, that is the problem. See, right at 389, and this damn thing closed right into 20, right? So problem is little bit guesswork that I have to put more effort on Sunday night, And if it was closing here, then it would be easy, But now since both closed right here, some work I have to do, over the weekend, and we'll see how it goes, and that be all.